Hey y'all, Bloodwing here, back to bring some grumpiness to your internet. Welcome to Redneck Radio. And with me is Irate Bear.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Hope you're all well.
A link it has been sent to Monkey, but he's probably sleeping, but we'll see. He may show up sometime during the stream. So how you doing, Bear?
I'm okay, thank you very much, mate. I emptied out the shoffice today.
Yeah. You were showing me pictures earlier, and yeah.
He started shouting at me because of how long my hair's gotten.
I have. Actually, his hair looks a lot like my oldest grandson's. So, and I call him buckwheat. I call him buckwheat all the time. So,
yeah, it's starting to get a little bit microphony. I'll have to trim down the sides again. But yeah, I emptied out the shoffice, and Vanilla Bear and I cleaned it out, and we painted it white. Well, the majority of it, as much as we could do white, and reorganized everything. And now it just looks so much better in here, so much more space.
RJ Bandsman wants to know if I'm Spanky. No, if you've seen my hair today, you'd probably say I'm alfalfa.
Bushy.
It's I've got major bedhead. When you're an old man and you're the only one usually home and nobody to look at you, you just I forego the combing my hair part. Oftentimes it's not.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I do that.
Hey, Maniac Man. How's everybody in the chat? Cryptic, True Master Cole, Christine Morse, Nuts. There you are. And I know I'm missing some people, and I'm too lazy to read everybody's names. So just hello to chat. And I want to say something that I said to Barrett earlier. When I start to hang out a little early and get the link out about 10 minutes before start. And I'm sitting here watching you guys. And it amazes me that I actually had people hanging out in the chat waiting for the stream to start. I'm not used to that. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, it's good. It's a good sign. We're I think we hit 110 viewers. Was it more than that the other day?
110 is the highest I've seen. It could have went higher, but I didn't see it.
It probably did go high by a bit more than that. But yeah, it was good. It was good.
Absolutely.
And how are you?
I am doing just fine. I'm sitting here watching a candle, making sure I don't burn the house down. But
do you have the candle just in case power goes?
No, but I'm glad you asked. See how I set that up? I knew you'd ask me.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of redneck engineering. My lighter bit the dust, and I've turned this house upside down. I can't find matches. I can't find lighters. I can't find nothing. So I've been lighting my cigarettes off the stove. Well, that's no good during a live stream. So I decided to
light a candle.
Light a candle so I can light my cigarettes.
Well, yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, sorry.
Oh, hey, P-Dog. Hey, did you want in, dude? We've got room. Just let me know and I'll send you the link.
P-Dog has been streaming on a regular as well.
Yep. Yeah, go check his P-Dog's channel out if you haven't. I've been on his stream at least once.
Yeah, he was. He did a thing on the Covington stuff. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Mm-hmm. I have a hard time keeping track of time, but and he did a stream today, and I think he was covering some more of the same stuff. But he had Joy Sparkles in the title, so I don't know whether he was throwing shade at her or not.
Ah, yeah.
P-Dog
says, "Give me 10 minutes." Tell you what, dude, I'll shoot you the link, and whenever you're ready, then you come on. Let me find you in my DMs. Hang on, folks. I'm not capable of doing two things at once. I'm sorry.
Well, you're a man.
True.
Oh, excuse me.
And I refuse directions too. So,
yeah. So Bloodwing's been lost more than a few times in his life by the sounds of things.
Generally, I don't get too lost. I have a really good sense of direction unless I'm in downtown Indianapolis. And I get lost downtown every time I go.
You are using the North Star to find your way home.
Well, you can't see the skyline when you're downtown amongst all those skyscrapers.
Ah, yeah,
And I have nothing to base my bearings on. And there's so many one-way streets, and I can never remember which one goes what way. And oh gosh, yeah, I avoid downtown like the plague. But other than that, you stick me out in the middle of the woods, I can find my way home easy.
By using the North Star.
Yeah, RJ Bansma. We'll see what I'm going to do one of these days, and here real soon. It won't be long. I'm going to have a stream where I'll just have my, call in some of my subscribers and maybe talk to me and Bear or whatever. And because I get a lot of people asking me to come on. And it's not that I'm against you coming on. It's just that's not part of the plan today.
He's basically saying is that he doesn't want you because you're all animals, and
no offense, guys. None offense. I am going to start getting some of you guys on and talk to you. I like to do that. I do like to stay in contact with my subscriber base. But we'll see. Maybe later on in the stream. But if I don't, please don't take offense. Please don't get mad. So yeah. Oh, Jen. Hey, before I get started, I want to say hi to Jen. She's my Canadian bud, streaming or playing games buddy.
I like Jen.
Yeah. So
Jen is good for depression.
She is very.
You having a bad day? Talk to Jen.
Very upbeat, and she has a foot fetish too. Ask her about it.
Does she?
Oh yeah, it's her own feet, but yeah.
I was about to say, surely she's not sucking on like male hobbit feet, is she? Surely.
No.
Ah, the Whiffy Woo's in the chat. She says, "Hey, Grandpa." She's also ignoring my text message.
Yeah. Hey, Vanilla.
Jen's, hey, wait, what?
Pumpkin Trucker says, woohoo, watching a candle burn, something more boring than my channel. I get it, Pumpkin Trucker. I am my own worst critic. So yeah, I never think what I do is good. Unless it's one of my old farts perspective historical videos, which I've done a few of. If you've not looked at that series, please do, because they are the ones I am most proud of. I'm actually, I like doing those. But Vipers Forward, yeah, Dr. House, everybody's showing up. And before we get started, please like and share the stream, because YouTube's not going to give us any help. And if you feel like helping a fella out even further, my Streamlabs and Patreon links are in the description. But if you don't, it's all good. We're still buddies. Everybody's poor.
Everybody's poor. Everybody. We're all working class scumbags here.
Mm-hmm. So, and by the way, if you do give to my Streamlabs, please let me know so I know to read it, because I still don't have alerts set up.
We could have gone through this.
I know.
Should we just do it now? That way some people in the audience get a tutorial as well.
Nah, maybe not next time. But I am going to hit you up and get it done. I keep seeing
after the stream. We're doing it after the stream, Dad.
On my homepage, I keep getting links for telling you how to do exactly that. I don't know how they're showing up on my homepage or what I did to do it, because I haven't looked it up. But I keep getting. I'm like, yeah, I should probably watch that.
We'll get it done. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. You're pretty little lad.
I don't know about pretty, but it's getting gray.
I'm getting there as well, mate. It looks like someone's bloody put some salt and pepper on my head.
Well, my dad, who is nearly 80 years old, has very little gray hair. Well, he did up until the last year. Once he started getting sick and the dementia started to set, he just got to looking really old. But up until the last year, he had very little gray hair. And we always tease that our family had the Dick Clark gene. So I have very little gray hair, but my beard, on the other hand, is definitely get the white stripes.
And what about other areas, old man?
Oh, are we talking pubes? Well, of course there's gray there.
Oh dear.
Of course there is. I guess if I'm going to say mention donating to my Streamlabs, I should probably open that.
Give Grandpa some money. He needs it.
Well, it's a bad time. It's middle of the week. It's right before payday, so
He
but you know, if you can, sure, it'll be appreciated.
he has to keep resorting to redneck engineering.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That is a problem. Stealing black masking tape from his neighbors, a bit of WD-40 from next door.
Oh, thank you, True Master Cole. Already got a donation waiting for me. Here's some money for a new lighter. Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah. So I guess we should get started. And the first thing I want to address, and it's kind of in the title, I'm Still Angry, and other great works of fiction. And I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because I know we have beat the Covington thing to death. I don't want it to leave the consciousness of the public because I feel it's an important and potentially dangerous thing.
Yes, I agree.
But we've all probably heard by now that Mr. Phillips, the Native American, has done an interview on the Today Show, the same show that done an interview of the kid yesterday.
Of course.
Which, by the way, that kid looks so... Am I the only one? He looks scared to death.
Yeah, he was holding himself very rigidly.
Oh my gosh, he was so scared. But I had to applaud his composure.
Yeah.
He answered very well. But Mr. Phillips comes on today and says, I'm still angry. But I woke up this morning feeling forgiveness in my heart, so I want to forgive them.
Uh-huh.
What are you angry for, old man? And I can say that because he's only 5 years older than me, folks. What are you angry for? For what? They did nothing wrong.
This is the guy who's the stolen valor, right?
Yeah, in a sense. He did, it appears, by all appearances, it does look like he did serve in the military, but he was not in Vietnam. In fact, he never left the United States. He worked as a refrigerator or a refrigeration mechanic, went AWOL on more than one occasion.
Oh.
And left the service an E1 just like he started it. He never got a single promotion.
So he joined up, never did any tour, no tours of duty, messed around during his terms of his service,
right,
and then left at the same stage that he joined at.
Yep.
Okay.
So cigar chopping penguin, you're right. He's angry because he got caught in about 5 lies. Exactly. That's what he's angry about. Of course, and he talked about people being mean to them. Oh, so calling out a liar on his lie is being mean. It's not just looking for the facts. I get you.
How is he in any way a victim in this?
He's not. He's not. But like I said in the last stream, the media here, and you may not be as aware of this, Bear, being in the UK as we are here. The media here know what they're doing. They know that even subconsciously, there is a soft spot for Native Americans in our American culture. We're taught all through school about how they were abused and, you know, and their land taken away from them and almost genocided. And all those things are true in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Although there have been tribes such as the Cherokee that were, ever hear of the Trail of Tears? They were marched across several states. People died by the dozens along the way, by the hundreds.
Yeah.
And
I've heard about that, yeah.
way to Oklahoma. Fast forward to modern time, and they own the state. They did just sit there and cry about, oh my gosh, the white man bad, the white man. Yeah, they got their revenge the right way, and now they own the state. But they know how it is with Americans. They're not even conscious of it, how they think about Native Americans. We put them almost in a mystical place, you know, like they're this mystical people that, you know, are in tune with nature, and then they can't possibly be wrong. They're so spiritual. Screw you. They're human beings just like the rest of us, and they're just as liable to lie like everybody else.
Yeah, and have quite bad alcohol problems from what I hear as well.
Absolutely.
In their communities. I just have to mute myself quick. I'm not going anywhere. I just need to blow my nose.
So yeah, what are you angry about, dude? You know, what are you angry about? You're just angry that you got caught in a lie, which reminds me of now the media that's getting called out and threatened with suing is saying, oh, they're being harassed. Why? Because people want to hold you to the standards you're supposedly holding forth, that you're telling the truth, and when you don't, they want to hold you to it. Yeah, right. That's not harassment, dude. You know, if you're gonna dance, you got to pay the piper.
Agreed.
And if you're gonna tell lies in a public forum, you got to know sometime or another you're gonna get called out.
Yeah, he just does. I think he's trying to put himself into a position where he can be in the spotlight for 5 minutes, maybe make some money. Yeah. I don't think he actually genuinely cares.
He's angry because he's a lying bitch.
Hi, P-Dog.
That's a good entry, P-Dog.
Good afternoon. How are we doing?
We're doing just great. How are you?
What you just said, Bear, say that again.
Your enthusiasm makes me sick.
Really?
No, not really. How are you?
I am fantastic.
Good.
It's a lovely day. No, say what you just said. You said what you just said. I really liked. I liked that one.
What did I say?
I don't know. I can't remember, but I liked it.
It was like 3 seconds ago.
I know, but
well,
I was just coming in.
Did I say hello, P-Dog?
No. God bless America. Toes at. All right, never mind. All right. So you said you wanted to know about my title this morning.
Kinda.
Okay, so my title was Groundhog Day or Joy Sparkles ?
Yeah, I popped into your stream briefly. I lurked for a little bit, and then I went to sleep for my nap.
That's cool. But okay, so what have I been talking about for the last whatever freaking too much the last 3 days?
Well, Covington.
Okay, so it's either Groundhog's Day or Joy Sparkles. I'm becoming Joy Sparkles.
Oh, Lord have mercy!
I swear to God, I could have. I wanted to go live about 15 times yesterday. Every time I read somebody's stupid ass tweet.
Let me interrupt you for a minute, Christine Morris. Yes, we are human and have human failings. We even have buttholes like Phillips, who steals the truth of us, our vets, but don't toss all of us out with the bathwater. Absolutely, we're just dealing with this one man.
Yes.
No, I think we should finish with the genocide.
Yeah. So.
Oh my god! Oh my god! And Minecraft, the Minecraft.
What the
genocide.
fuck?
Thank you, Cryptic. Let me get this to load. I got a donation, I'm told here.
Streamlabs. How? That's naval drill, by the way.
Thanks for the donation, Cryptic. Sing the Cotton Eye Joe song.
Well, you have to now.
So did I mention my nickname for him?
For who?
For the lying, cheating Indian
dude?
Oh,
Phillips? No, go ahead.
It was Chief Lying Fire Pants. But
I like that.
But then
it's
this morning,
cute as well. It doesn't sound that racist when you say it.
Right. But then someone suggested Lieutenant Lying Fire Pants. Even though he's really
I prefer Chief.
Even though he's only a private. And then someone else said, what was it? Oh, what was the other good one? Chief Talking Bull.
Oh, I like that one even better.
So those are pretty good.
Yeah, Chiefs sitting bull hockey.
Also like that.
Yeah, Jacob. No, I did not watch the Saints game. I did not, but I've heard a lot about it.
I was going to say so. Yeah. You have to sing Cotton Eye Jonah.
Just because I'm a redneck, you think I remember the words to Cotton Eye Joe?
Well, you sing it the way that I sing it because I don't know the lyrics either. So I go dip dip dap dap do dip 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 dap do.
I do love bluegrass, but I don't remember the words to Cotton Eye Joe at the moment. But
no.
yeah, anyway, I really don't want to beat this to death because, you know, I don't want to start boring people with the same old, but I don't want it to leave the public consciousness because I believe it's important and dangerous. But I do have only one more thing to say about it. On Twitter lately, and it's not been very many, just a couple, but a few people in our genre have said that they're just apathetic about the whole thing. One even said that they admitted they initially got upset when it looked like the white kids were at fault. But then new evidence come out and they realized that it wasn't like it was portrayed. And now they're just apathetic like the rest of America should be. Why? You were upset because when it looked like they were coming out against minorities, but because it's white kids getting abused, you're apathetic?
Blood. I don't wish to get tribalistic on the live stream. I would probably say it's one of my weakest points about myself that I'm trying to stop. But the people that were saying things like that, they didn't happen to belong to the more left-leaning part of the genre, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course they did. Of course they
did.
That's no surprise.
They're starting to get on my tits.
Hey, well, you let me know when you're ready to change the subject.
We're ready to change the subject.
I just, you know what? I came across this fantastic list of Shaun King nicknames. It is awesome. Do you want to hear some of them?
Okay.
Well, everyone has already heard Talcum X, right?
It's a brand that I would buy. It's a brand that you can trust in.
You've already heard that one. How about Thurgood Partial?
Play on Thurgood Marshall. Yeah.
W.E.B. DuBlanc. Snow J. Simpson. Martin Luther Cream. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I like it.
Iggy Azalea.
I like that as well.
James Pearl Jones. Tupac Sugar. Blankston Hughes. T'Challa. As opposed to Chakala. Chalka Khan. Oh, it's spelled C-O-N. Chalka Khan.
Right.
And the last one is, there's a couple more. Jaleel White.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought these were pretty funny. There's a few more that people have come up with.
The Chalka Khan, though, P-Dog, some of the younger people in the chat may not
have no idea. Oh, Dwight Howard. Bobby Steele. J. Swiss Blackson. I don't get that one. Mildewy P. Newton. Alabaster Sharpton. Those are a couple more. Anyway, Whitening Houston. I don't get that one. That's terrible. Oh, anyway. So yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Whitney Houston.
Oh, here's another. How about
I like that.
I don't get Derry Rice. Judge No Brown. As in, like Judge Joe Brown. Michael Laxson. Come on,
that's good.
That's funny.
That is good.
You know that's funny.
It is good.
Croissant Tucker as opposed to Chris Tucker.
P-Dog, I get the feeling that you're the type of creator who prioritizes black identitarians above everything else.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I got to hang out with the brothers. No, no, this was funny to me. I just, sorry.
In terms of targeting
Oh, good Lord.
and criticizing.
Well, no, not necessarily, but I just don't like the people who have learned to monetize racism. Excuse me, not racism. They monetize racial strife. I cannot stand people who do that. Shaun King is the biggest race mongering grifter on the planet, and he's learned everything he learned from the old school guys, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, who were, Jesse Jackson's fucking OG of racial grifting, but I don't appreciate them. I think they cause way more harm than good.
Yeah, we have people who are elected to parliament based on that kind of shit over here.
Yeah, that one the fat lady. What's her name?
There's Diane Abbott. There's David Lammy. There's those two. There's another one. I always forget this bitch's name. She's in trouble recently. Just carry on. I can't remember the bitch's name.
Anyway, that's my aside for today.
There you go.
Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
I did have a couple of stories even before I put out for help on Twitter today. If you all seen that, I think it was more just the mood I was in today. I was looking at stories and everything I looked at was just like, I
did send you an article because I'm not allowed to access it.
And you know, and then once in a while I'd get maybe, nah, meh. It was just a bad day for me. I was just in a blah mood. I did see where Amanda Knox, in the Amanda Knox case, if you all remember her, that European courts have ruled that Italy owes her money for a violation of her human rights.
Was she the lady who had her free speech rejected?
Well, she was arrested and kept in jail on very shaky circumstantial evidence in a murder case.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's okay. I was like, I'm trying to. Who the hell is it? Man,
yeah, she was there for college. She's an American, right. And I believe it was an English girl that was killed.
Oh, that's right. She got framed or just charged with murder.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. I had it marked, but then the website I had it marked reloaded, and I lost it. But, you can look that up yourself if you're interested. I suppose. And let me see here. Let me get over to my Twitter. To my Twitter.
Thank you, Fairy Kitten. Dawn Butler. Yes. She was the MP who was in trouble recently. A bit of drama in the House of Commons. And it was over some racial bullshit. Honestly, I'd say Diane Abbott and David Lammy are the biggest race baiting shits in the House of Commons at the moment. It'll get worse, though. It will get worse.
I found the article on Amanda Knox. The European Human Rights Court ordered
go ahead.
Italy to the Europe's Human Rights Court on Thursday ordered Italy to pay Amanda Knox financial damages for police failure to provide legal assistance and an independent interpreter during a long night of questioning following the November 1st, 2007 murder of her British roommate. But the court said there was insufficient evidence to support claims of psychological and physical mistreatment. So that's I'm going to stop there because it doesn't look like they've gotten any numbers, but the court has ordered Italy to pay damages. Hey, now quick, Barry, you can answer this question.
I can't.
So, Europe court orders Italy. Isn't that why you guys are doing that Brexit thing or whatever you're doing over there?
Well, there's Italy you're talking about. It's not Brexit means British exit.
No. But what I'm saying is, so. Which
is this the European Court of Human Rights? Yeah,
the European Court has the power to order a country to pay damages to somebody.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I suppose that happens here. The courts here can order a state to pay damages if there were a case like that, or a city or a municipality or something. So okay, it was just a weird juxtaposition there.
Well, I've always felt like there was more going on in that case than what we were being told. But it was just so obvious to anyone that looked at it that poor gal was getting railroaded big time.
Oh.
And yeah, the translator thing, there were so many clips of her in court, and she obviously wasn't understanding. It was in Italian, and she didn't understand what was being told. Imagine being convicted of murder and you don't even understand what you're saying. Good Lord.
Yeah, that's a very scary thought. Very, very scary thought.
All right. The story that you sent me, Bear, let's look. Maine man says one of his multiple personalities is responsible for downloading child porn. Documents say. Oh, good Lord. This guy looks like a real wiener.
Oh,
wiener.
The personality in charge of his index finger.
Yeah.
The personality in charge of his right hand.
The thing is, this is more feasible than the story about the guy's cat who downloaded all that child porn.
Was that Kevin Logan?
Timeline. Bangor, Maine, a convicted sex offender from Brewer accused of having child pornography has pleaded not guilty. Joseph Messier, 55, appeared in federal court in Bangor on Wednesday. Court documents say Messier told police last year that one of his multiple personalities is a pedophile and the one responsible for downloading the illegal materials. Messier claims he has deleted pictures in the past that he says his other personality found online. Messier was ordered to have a psychological evaluation last year and was found competent to stand trial. In 2001, Messier was convicted in Florida of molesting a young child. He is on the Maine sex offender registry for life. Well, as he should be.
Yes, as he should be.
I don't. That's a good one. I got to give it to him for originality. I didn't do it. It was my other personality.
It was Peter. Who's Peter? That's like my 37th personality or something.
Yeah.
Should have just executed him, to be honest.
Oh my gosh, Gunny, how are you, dude? It's been a long time no see. My goodness.
Oh, we have some breaking news.
Okay.
For those who are wondering, HuffPost opinion, the entire section is being eliminated.
Yeah, I saw
along with some of BuzzFeed's employees as well.
But does it really matter? Does it really matter?
Wait. I'm reading the tweet from this Chloe Engel, whatever. The beautiful, diverse, inclusive baby we built from scratch is gone. Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, sir. But yes, the answer to your question is no, it doesn't matter because the entire thing is opinion. The entire newspaper's opinion.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, I remember this. This is Gunny. FYI, Wade here, Gunny's brother. He wanted me to haunt your channel for him from beyond the grave for him. Boo. I am sure Gunny would appreciate that.
Yeah, BuzzFeed, HuffPo, and one other are firing a bunch of staff so they can make their businesses profitable again. It's generally what happens when you pump out articles about how white people ruin food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I am so sorry, Wade. I was not aware. Gunner is dead. He died June 6th, 4:30 Saturday. Sat straight up in the hospital bed, barked from ranks.
Form ranks.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. He was a good dude, and I really liked him. But yeah, as far as this story goes, does it really matter if they shut down their op-ed department? Because aren't all their stories just opinion pieces?
Apparently Apparently. BuzzFeed's words were a little bit more insulting when they made their statement. They referred to themselves as journalists, and the replies were a lot of fun. They got ratioed quite bad on that.
Do you know what I forgot to do at the start of the stream?
Go for a wee?
No, I did that before I give you a link. But you're on the right track. I forgot to get people to give their bets on when I was going to go, because I had every intent of making that a weekly or a daily stream thing. Which, if you would have guessed right now, you are correct. So you two talk amongst yourself. I will be right back.
Awesome sauce. The old man's off to
his daily constitution
to break the seal. That's a lot to call it. But guys, Redneck Radio, great show. Hope you're all enjoying it so far. I think we've been doing this for about 3 weeks, nearly a month, I think. I think we can get a few more likes. We've only got 42. We've got 70 people watching. I think we can jack it up for the old man. Of course, if you want to support the stream in other ways, you can do so by sharing it. That's probably one of the most important ways you can do things in terms you can do to help support the show is by sharing it to your social media, sharing it via Discord, all that good stuff. Share it on Facebook, Twitter. And of course, if you want to support the old man financially, you can do so via Patreon or Streamlabs. Links are in the description, and it would really help out the old guy. So please consider doing so. And Peter,
well,
how's your show going?
It's fine. It's I am enjoying doing it, and I get a couple probably new people a day jumping in, and so it's fun. I enjoy doing it. I'm settling in. I do call it the show without a format, though, because like I said, I've had one topic for the last 3 days, and I'm going to get back into headlines, I think.
See, you comparing yourself to Joy. Now, I quite like Joy, but you're not that bad, mate. You haven't made 70 videos in the past week,
or spent 7 hours on one stream talking about one topic. But
yeah,
no, and I think she made just one day. I could have sworn it was 11 videos or 11 different streams or 11 videos about the same thing. And I felt bad because I actually enjoyed listening to her, but there was a point during that Daddy of 5 thing where I just had to stop. I had to say no more.
Her audience was a lot of fun. She invited me onto one of her live stream once, and although she kind of existed within this genre / community or whatever, she never really got political. She never really spoke about social justice type stuff,
right?
Even though she hang around with people like us and shit. And I went on and I ended up having a discussion with her about Islam, and her audience didn't like that at all.
No, I know.
They did not. They were like, "You're racist."
Yep. Yeah, no, I know.
I was like, wow,
breaking news.
Your audience are a bunch of SJWs.
Breaking news.
Okay.
Is it about Covington?
No, actually, it's not even news. It's a joke.
Oh, go on then.
So technically, Moses is the first man to download files from the cloud using a tablet.
Oh, for God's sake. That's what you interrupted me to say.
It was breaking news. I'm refreshing Twitter every couple seconds, and it was breaking news.
If anybody knows me, they know I love dad jokes.
Yeah, so I'm just doing my job. I won't be here long. I got a basketball game today.
Okay.
So I'll just be here long enough to interrupt with some random shit. Oh, by the way, did you notice Ted Bundy was trending today? Apparently, it was 30 years ago that he was sentenced or something like that. And apparently, there's some Netflix released the Ted Bundy tapes. It's like true crime kind of
Yeah.
documentary about him or
Oh, he was
conversation.
more than willing to talk about what he did. And
Yes.
he helped law enforcement on cases.
Right. So yeah, no, that's a weird. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I mean, they still don't know how many people he killed.
No one's really sure.
I mean, he was prolific,
and he was never really forthcoming about it. So, yeah. But he did help him out and gave him some good insight. He helped him catch. Was it the Green River Killer? I think it might have been. But he did help him catch one by giving him some insight to what this guy would be like. He contributed a great deal to what has now ended up being what do they call that division in behavioral sciences in the FBI. So yeah, terrible dude, wicked, evil, sick as they come, but yeah.
Well, at least the sick fuck gave back something before they executed his ass.
right?
Yeah. Right. And Ted Bundy was the poster child for you can't look at somebody and tell they're a serial killer, because he was a fairly handsome, very well-dressed individual.
They usually are, though, aren't they, psychopaths?
Mm-hmm.
Well kept, charismatic, charming, well spoken. But evil. I've read a couple of books on psychopaths as well, like murderers, serial killers, and stuff.
Well, it's my kind of
Mr. Dax like Onision. Onision isn't exactly articulate. He's just
it's kind of my passion, like it's a hobby of mine.
Oh, really?
To research these serial killers and so forth.
Oh, I thought you were going to say murdering women and stuffing them in drains.
Well,
drains.
that's only for research.
Oh, okay.
Bloodwing, have you been to New Orleans?
Have I been to New Orleans? No.
Yes. No?
No.
There is a museum in New Orleans that is all about serial killers.
That would be interesting.
My wife and I went to it when we were down there last year. We were walking through, the French Quarter, and we saw this museum. We're like, oh, that's really weird. We got to go there.
And but before you think, people, that I'm strange because I'm interested, it's not that I like what they did or anything. I'm very interested in what makes a person twisted enough to think that this is okay.
Mm.
That's what interests me. What makes them different than me?
Yeah, what went wrong in their head to be the way that they are, but also think it's okay to go around massacring people.
Right.
The most brutal way.
And plus, I did meet a serial killer online, a real serial killer once. I've told that story many times on different streams, and I might tell it on this one at another time. But yeah, that happened too.
Yeah, I like that story. Very interesting story, that is.
Let's see. I've been sent another story on Twitter from Duct Tape. A couple of stories. Banger woman charged after. Well, hold on. Let me get it. I can't read the whole title. Let me open.
There's another banger story. Because that pedophile story had the banger in it too.
Yeah,
and I thought maybe you shouldn't use those two words in the same article.
Banger woman charged after baby allegedly ingested meth, lost consciousness. Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's sad.
I'm sorry. That's terrible. I'm not going to read the article. Nothing personal, Duct Tape, but, I kind of have monkey's rules that if it hurts children, I just don't.
That's fair enough. I managed to grab a couple of articles I'm going to send your way.
Yeah, I got a couple of more in Q2 as well, but go ahead, give us one of yours.
I'll send it to your DMs. Sorry, I'm just smoking at the moment.
Yeah, me too. And my wife just walked in with a lighter. How about 2 lighters?
Christmas.
And one of them says smiley face coffee, and then frowny face no coffee. She knows me so well.
You're a man of simple taste, blood.
I'm telling you. Have I ever told you that I collect ink pens?
So again, I didn't hear that.
I collect ink pens.
Ink pens.
Yeah, and they don't even have to be special, just ink pens.
Like in volume?
Oh, I have hundreds, if not thousands of them in the house.
Like different brands and types? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I've got some nice ones.
Not just get like your not hoarding ink pens, like, you know, I'm just going down to the drugstore and buy another pack of Bics and put them in that room over there.
Yeah. And I've got some, you know, really nice ones and everything too, but I'm fascinated with ink pens. I don't know.
And like fountain pens, things like that. Okay.
You're not a collector, you're a hoarder.
Yeah, well, yeah, ask my wife, she'll tell you. I've got a shed full of 20-year-old computer parts that I refuse to throw away because I might need them someday. So.
Well, you'll never be as bad as that woman. And there's a short documentary of her on one of the TLC channels that collects poo water.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Because she might need it at some point.
All right, your story, Bear, which took till now to load, believe it or not, in my Twitter. And we'll open that up. Woman shot after performing sex act for $5 and some Pringles. Official say.
All right.
I can just see it now. The guy rolls up. So how much? $5 if you throw in some Pringles. I got the munchies.
It's a woman of simple taste right there.
Yeah. A woman in Florida was shot by a man after she performed a sexual act on him for $5 and some Pringles chips, deputies said. The woman was reportedly shot at a gas station in Jacksonville. Oh, Jacksonville, Florida. Why does that not surprise me? Shortly after 10 p.m. Monday, after the sex act was performed, the suspect demanded his $5 back. And shot her in the shoulder, deputies reportedly said. The shooter then ran away from the scene.
Oh,
that had to be some bad juju there, baby.
How bad do you have to be to only charge $5 and some Pringles and they want their money back?
That woman must be all teeth. I have to ask the question because it's what's on everybody's minds right now. What flavor did she ask for? Because that's important.
It didn't mention. It didn't mention. It just said some Pringles.
So someone did this story, and I know what flavor it was.
Oh yeah,
it was Lay's.
More dad jokes. I love it. Christine Morse, hey, she says crap to do and places to go. Have a good stream to all three of us. Thanks, Christine. Thanks for showing up.
And Duct Tape, Redneck Engineer has informed us that it's not Banger, it's Bangor.
Bangor.
And he sent me a video that I'll check out a little bit later, but I just kind of had to figure it out.
I do know that. Since
I prefer Banger though, just because.
If it had been roast beef flavor, I would have shot her as well.
Yeah. I've spent 7 months going through Gunner's place. Wow, he kept every receipt since 1975. Found 3 M67 frags, FFS, for booby traps, nasty punji sticks type thing. My goodness. Live, not lice. Live M67 frags. My goodness.
Yeah.
But that was interesting house clearance.
Yeah, I know Gunny was a piece of work, but I liked him. I did. I couldn't help myself.
Gunny was the chap who used to write in all caps, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're remembering, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What else you got there, Bear? Story wise, we'll just go back and forth. How's that?
Okay, that's no problem. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Gun wielding carjacker offers Alberton her lunch and phone before apologizing, fleeing crash scene.
Okay.
Springbrook woman's Outlander stolen at gunpoint in what RCMP says is week-long crime saga. A Springbrook Alta woman experienced the most Canadian of carjackings on Tuesday, which saw a thief with a gun return her purse, phone, and lunch, then apologize before taking off in her vehicle.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. Oh.
The polite bandit.
The woman was on her way to work driving near the Red Deer Airport, about 130 kilometers north of Calgary, when she came across a collision between a pickup truck and a school bus. One of the drivers was standing on the road, so the woman stopped and got out to see if he needed help. At first, the man didn't respond to her, so she asked again. And that's when he turned further, and I saw he had a bandana over his face. The woman whom the CBC is calling Jennifer told the Calgary Eye-Opener on Wednesday. He didn't say anything. He just kind of groaned and started walking towards my vehicle. At that point, I knew something was definitely not okay, so I asked him, "What are you doing?" And I started to run back toward my vehicle, and he started running. Then he pulled out a gun, so I just stopped. And I put my hands up and was like, "It's yours." The man then stole the woman's vehicle, but not before asking a couple questions of his own. He asked if I had any children in the back of the vehicle. I said no. Then he asked me if there was anything I needed, like my phone. Oh my God, he's so polite. And I said, yes, if you're going to leave me in minus 20 degrees Celsius on a gravel road, I would appreciate my phone. So he gave me my phone, my purse, and my lunch bag.
Wow.
The man then took off in the woman's vehicle, the 2012 silver Mitsubishi Outlander with Alberta license plate. I'm not going to read that, which police are now searching for, but not before apologizing. I said, "Thank you for returning her things." And he said, "I'm sorry." And I said, "That's fine." I think we can all learn something from this story.
And later he asked her out for a date.
And she went.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
She said, I guess it was just a reaction because he was stealing my car and had a gun in my face. The vehicle has cat decals in the rear window, which will help identify it. And apparently this is like a string of incidents that have happened over a period of a week. There are stories, but I don't think there's I don't think he was as polite with the other ones. He fired off warning shots in the other jackings.
Yeah, the thing I appreciate most about it, and I'm being serious about that, is if he did ask her if she had any children in the back of the car.
Yeah,
which we know is a problem. We've all read story after story of people hijacking a car and there's kids in the back. So at least there's that. But yeah.
Mr. Dax, sorry for the inconvenience, eh? I can't do a Canadian accent, but I can imagine it in my head.
Well, we all know how polite Canadians are, you know. Yeah. Jen, are you still in the chat? Is that true? Are all Canadians polite?
You know, if I was going to get robbed, I'd like to get robbed in Canada.
Yeah, yeah. If that's the way it's going to go down, sure.
At least he was considerate.
Yeah. Let's see.
Did you have another article?
I've got about 3 more. I did get some help when I put a call out on Twitter.
Oh, good.
This one's from Grillin' Pirate Pete, who said that he wasn't going to be able to be here at the stream. But thank you if you listen later. Thank you, bud. Woman takes clothes off in front of bank manager. Hold on, waiting for it to load. And yes, someone asked earlier if I'm on a Commodore 64. Might as well be. Woman takes clothes off in front of bank manager in attempt to secure a loan.
Well, I mean, she must have really bad credit then.
Well, which brings me, oh Lord, that brings me to mind of one of my stories.
Yay!
But
maybe she really needed the money.
Yeah, I
well,
mean,
she sounds like she did it.
Whatever works, I guess. Let's see. This is in Russia. After being refused a loan at a bank in Kazan, Russia, a young woman tried to convince the bank manager to approve the loan by stripping in front of him. Yulia Kuzmina, who is reportedly in her mid-20s, went to a bank in Kazan, the capital city of the Republic of Tatarstan in Western Russia, to secure a loan for a new car. She filled out all the necessary forms, but her application was denied after the bank's analysis determined that she was an unreliable borrower. After pleading with the loan manager, Kuzmina decided it was time for desperate measures and started taking her clothes off in front of him. And there's a picture here. It's all blurred out, but from what I can see, she doesn't look too bad.
Good tasty, is she?
She's shapely for sure. In a video that recently went viral on Russian social network, and I don't speak Russian, sorry. Zero
the hero, you pervert.
Yulia Kuzmina can be seen sitting at a desk in the Kazan Bank, the name of which has not been disclosed, opposite a young male loan manager. After having her application denied, the young woman stands up and takes off her short dress. She appears to say something to the embarrassed bank employee, who keeps his cool and shakes his head. Left in her bra, but feeling that she needed to up the stakes, proceeds to take off her undergarment, revealing that what she considers her best assets, her breasts. At this point, the loan manager continues to shake his head, and eventually gets up from his desk, walks over to the bare-chested customer, and hands her her coat. He then shows her out of the bank. Daily Mail reports that after the video went viral online, Ms. Kuzmina confirmed the incident to the press, telling reporters, "I am in a difficult situation. Those who judge me do not know what they would do in my shoes." Some sources claim that Yulia Kuzmina works as a stripper, which would certainly explain a lot, but that has yet to be confirmed. One thing is for sure, though, she didn't get the loan. Interestingly, instead of commending the bank manager for the self-control displayed under extreme circumstances, many of those who commented on this story called him boring and gay. Come on, people. It says it's a bank. There are cameras everywhere. The guy simply acted smart. Yeah.
She'd do well on Twitch.
He may have handed her phone number in her hand when he gave her her coat, secretly. But yeah.
Check your Streamlabs, Dad.
Check my Streamlabs. Okay.
So I'm watching the video because I found that article, and yeah, she doesn't look bad.
You pervert.
And she plays with him a little bit after she takes her bra off.
Link me.
Thank you, Toasted Network. Don't tell anybody. Can I please have a link to the Google Hangout? I'll tell you what I'll do, because Toasted Network has asked over and over and over again. We're going to take a risk here. When P-Dog has to go, I'll send you a link. How's that? And we'll see how it goes. But
that won't be long. I've got about 10 minutes left.
If your mic is really crap and you don't behave yourself, I will have no hesitation of putting you out there. Not saying you would, but just saying. All right.
Bear, did you get that?
She does not look bad from the side, does she?
No, I'm telling you.
Let's play the video.
She's a fine individual.
What's she asking for a loan for? She must get decent money when she's stripping. Look at her stripping off, and he's just sat there like, oh baby.
Yeah, Toasted says, read stream chat. Can tell me again because when I'm reading stories, I'm not looking at chat. I can't. I only have one screen.
I tried to monitor the chat. on his behalf.
Yeah, I always forget, but I pop the chat out, and that helps a lot too.
Hey, all you need.
Hmm?
I was saying hello to all you need.
Oh, hey, Prospero.
Who are you inviting on, Bloodfing?
Hey, Bear, do you care to share the link in the chat for that story? They're all asking for
I
the
have.
link.
Yeah, it's
Thank
there.
You. Thank you.
Who are you inviting on?
Toasted Network. he or they have asked several times in the last couple of weeks, so we'll give them a little bit of time.
Why do you have videos of KSI and Comedy Short Gamer on your channel, Toasted Network? If it's Mike shit, get Prospero.
I'm sorry. Can you hear that?
Can I hear what?
Okay.
Hey.
I was chewing popcorn. I forgot to mute that time.
Eating on stream.
Well, no, and I'm drinking some reparations coffee right now too.
You know, that story that we just read reminds me of something that happened to me when I was working as assistant manager in a car repair shop in a dealership.
Titties for repairs.
I was standing. We had a stand-up desk that you rolled up to, and we wrote up your service and so forth. And I was standing at the desk on the phone, and I was just, you know, how you just stare off, not necessarily add anything, but just stare off, you know, while I'm talking on the phone. And I happened to be staring in the direction of the big overhead door, and one of the customers that was in there was a girl that was a known stripper of a strip club that was across the street. And I guess she thought I was staring at her, because the next thing I know, she takes her top off. And I was like, I don't remember who I was talking to and what it was a customer, and I don't remember what the conversation, but I kind of like, yeah, okay.
Everyone behave, mum's here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, she's a little upset with us.
What does Prospero do for a living? I'm interested.
What is Prospero upset about?
No, what is she upset about?
I don't know. P-Dog said she was a little upset at us. So what?
Well, no, she was laughing. Well, I hope she was laughing when she said this, but she said that she came to the stream just at the wrong time because she can never get away from titties. Because she came on, she came in the chat just as that link for the Russian stripper thing happened. So that was timing at its finest.
Gotcha. What do you got next, Bear?
I'll have to pop out the chat so I can keep an eye on it whilst I go through the article. I don't like not being able to see the chat. Okay. The next one is China creates app to tell you if you are near someone in debt and encourages you to report them.
Okay.
China's credit system continues to amaze, doesn't it? The app will allow the public shaming of deadbeat debtors. Wow, I'd be fucked.
Yeah, okay. Hold on to that thought. Let me address Gunny's brother here. Gunner's mentioned in Mama or something. I was supposed to, I imagine that shout her to, but I cannot find her. He's talking about Base Mama.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
And she's not around anymore. Not to anyone's vision anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I think something happened with her new fella back then.
Yeah,
I think him being in in the relationship did something added on to what already happened. Because I remember her saying something that, you know, he didn't like her being well, but as we all know, Base Mama used to flaunt her very heavy chest.
Yeah.
From time to time. I don't think he liked that, so I don't know whether he just kind of kicked her off the internet altogether.
Yeah, I'm not real sure. I haven't talked to her for a very long time. So,
yeah, absolutely. What the fuck? The Chinese government has developed a mobile app that tells users if they are near someone who is in debt. The app, called a map of deadbeat debtors, flashes when the user is within 500 meters. Wow. Of a debtor, and displays that person's exact location.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine if someone over here developed that app for someone who, if you've ever worn a MAGA hat?
Oh yeah, don't say stuff like that, P-Doc, because some fucking prick will do it.
I know.
Because they'll do it through cookies or something. Like they'll log into their Amazon account and they'll find that they've bought a MAGA hat or something, or eBay or whatever. News of the app has caused quite a bit of controversy after it was originally reported by the state-run China Daily. It is an extension to China's existing social credit system, see, I told you, which scores people based on how they act in public. Anyone seen the episode called Nosedive of Black Mirror? Very, very similar kind of thing. It's no secret that China keeps a very close watch on its citizens. I don't know how, considering there's so many of them. But this new public shaming approach takes it one step further. The app is available through the WeChat platform, which has become immensely popular in China. The government stated that deadbeat debtors in North China's Hebei province will find it more difficult to abscond as the higher People's Court of Hebei on Monday introduced the app. Once a user is alerted that they are close to a debtor, the user can then view their personal information. Oh my God. Is it basically an app that doxes people that are in debt?
Yep, that's what it is.
Wow. This will reveal their name, national ID number, and why they were added to the debtor list. The debtor can then be publicly shamed or reported to the authorities if it is deemed that they are capable of repaying their debts. Oh, wow.
Yeah, let's shame poor people. Now, folks, don't get me wrong. There are people out there that are just deadbeats. They could pay their bills, but they prefer to spend it on other things. But there's also a lot of people, because I've been in this shape and still get in this shape once in a while, where you just don't have the money.
Yeah, it happens to us all.
So yeah, let's shame them all. What's next? Are we going to start having debtors prison again?
Debt for a lot of people is an inevitable thing. You know, many of us have to put ourselves in debt to make sure that kids can eat or have a good Christmas. Wow, that's ridiculous. The full social credit system will be operational in 2020, and plans indicate it will be used to bar people with low scores from traveling, getting loans, and getting jobs, just like the app in Nosedive that does exactly the same thing. A person's score can be lowered if they do things like playing an excessive amount of video games or posting fake news. Of course, that's quote unquote fake news, because we know how everything is state run in China. On the other hand, a social credit score can be raised by things like volunteering or donating blood. There's gamers out there with like an IV attached to themselves, draining blood from their system as they're playing a game.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I can't get over it. Let's shame them. Trust me, as somebody that's been in that position more times than I want to count, there's enough shame involved that you can't pay the bill without adding more. I believe that most people are like that. They feel a certain amount of shame. When you have to admit, I can't pay this bill.
It happens.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that's pretty much the top and bottom of it. I'm gonna grab that article. Actually, I might make.
Well, here before I do have to I do have to leave here in a moment, but I do have some breaking news.
Okay.
A tweet from Eleanor Goldberg. While reporting today about federal workers who can't afford tampons, I was laid off from HuffPost. If there's anything I can say after 7 years, It's that I will finish the story. Also, if you're looking to hire a reporter to cover poverty and inequality, I'm available. So Eleanor Goldberg's available if you need her. Just letting you know. I just want to let you know that because she was writing about how federal workers can't afford tampons.
I'll bear that in mind. I wonder if she'd want to work for a small stream like mine.
Well, she's got to do something. You can't pay her much, but whatever. All right. Well, guys, thank you, Bloodwing. Thanks for having me on. Bear, nice talking to you. And I'll just show my little. Here, let's do this.
Oh, next time I'm in your chat, I want a wrench.
Yeah, shield your channel.
Oh, dude. I haven't even thought of that yet. This is so new to me that
one job.
Well, no, this is my 9th stream was today.
Well, you should be perfect at it by now. You should have transitions and everything.
Fuck no, I still screw shit up. I can do that. What's that Inception thing? Where you got like the screen going all over the place. And but anyway, so hey, but no, thanks again, guys. It was fun. And
to be fair, mate, I've done over 500 streams and I still fuck up, so don't worry about it. It's
crazy, and I'm self-taught on that OBS. And the only reason I use that because it looks nicer when you use it. But on the weekends, I'm going to have to use Hangouts for now, and because I want to have people on Saturdays and Sundays if I stream. So,
but you can still have people on.
Well, no, I know. I haven't figured out how you do it. You got
window capture, and audio output capture.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes, sir. Remember those.
All right, that's where I just couldn't find that one. So okay. So there you go. All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you again, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for coming,
I'll listen to you tomorrow. I won't be around. I'll just be listening.
All righty.
Oh, my show, 9 a.m. Monday through Friday, Central Standard Time, 10 o'clock Eastern. I don't know what that is for you, Bear. Something -6 or something. No.
Whatever. When you do your show, I think it's like
10 o'clock Eastern would be 3 p.m. his time.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 Eastern. So later, everybody. Thank you very much.
See ya.
Love you.
Woo-woo. And there we go. Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right. And as promised, Toasted Network, I am going to send you a link.
I'm just shilling my Irate Alex Twitter account. Go follow it, guys. Especially if you're subscribed to Irate Alex as well. It's non-political stuff over there.
Okay. Next story?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Let's see here. Grill and Pirate Pete actually sent me a couple of stories.
Okay.
Let's see what this one is. Bungling bank robber spared life sentence because he's so useless at crime.
Say that again.
Bungling bank robber spared life sentence because he's so useless at crime.
The judge was like, if you do it again, you're just going to fuck up. So it's just no point.
Oh, and I can't read it because a million pop-ups popped up in my way wanting me to click allow them to do cookies and all that stuff. And no, I'm not doing that. No, sorry. But yeah, the title's enough to give us a laugh.
Well, that'll do, I guess.
Yeah.
Unlike Maniac Man's got it right. When you're so incompetent, the judge just pities you.
Yeah, like you were so bad at this. I feel bad for you. He did give me one more story, and we'll read that. Florida woman, imagine my shock, danced naked outside Waffle House, licked employee's face, deputies say.
Licked employee's face?
Yeah.
Was there anything on the employee's face to warrant the licking?
I have no idea. And there's a picture of this woman on the thing, and meth people, not even once. I'm telling you. Pensacola, Florida. Florida woman is behind bars after deputies said she threatened an employee and danced naked outside of Pensacola Waffle House. According to the Escambia County Sheriff's Office, an employee told Freedom Rider Zobrist, what a name, 38, of Pensacola to leave the restaurant Monday because she had been causing trouble. WEAR TV reported Zobrist fled but returned later, saying she wanted to get a gun. Excuse me. Then shoot the employee and boy, choked myself up. And everyone inside, the police report said. The employee told deputies that Zobrist then took off her pants, danced naked in the restaurant parking lot, and tried to grab his genitals. WEAR reported.
I shouldn't laugh, but
the employee said Zobrist also licked his face and poked his chest, according to the police report. Zobrist was arrested on charges of indecent exposure, simple assault, battery, and disturbing the peace. WEAR reported she's being held on $5,000 bond.
What do you do in that scenario? Like, if you're a guy and a chick runs up to you, starts, getting naked, pokes you in the chest, licks your face, try to grab your nuts. Like, if it was a guy, you could punch that guy and that would be perfectly acceptable, socially and legally, right?
Right.
But if it's a woman, like, what do you do? Like, poke her with a stick or something?
It's Florida woman. That's all I can say. It's Florida woman.
Sit on her, perhaps?
I guess so.
I think I'd have to sit on her.
And I believe we now have Toasted Network with us. How's it going, dude?
How's it going, Blow Wink? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Is my microphone buzzing or anything like that?
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think you told me like yesterday that I'll be able to come on the stream on Thursday. That's why I wasn't meaning to annoy you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're fine. You weren't annoying me. I just want everyone to understand why we are sometimes reluctant to invite people that we've never talked to on streams on a stream, or that we know very little about. Because there have been cases in the past on other channels of people, not that you would do this, Toasted, or anyone else, but that sharing out the link and people popping in out of nowhere and just everything going to heck. So
yeah, I can understand. Yeah.
We get a little reluctant. It's nothing personal.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's good.
So what's going on with you today?
Nothing much. Just left my class. I had a class at like 2 o'clock and left at 3 o'clock.
Oh, in class. Are you in high school or college?
College. I took a math.
Oh. That's cool. I never had the opportunity to go to college myself, but I went to the School of Hard Knocks. Hey, Corey, what's going on?
Bloodwing's so old, he didn't go to school. He just went straight to a workhouse.
That's closer to the truth than you know. I graduated on a Sunday in January. Yes, I graduated midterm and went to work that Monday.
There you go.
So, and that's been the story ever since.
Did you have any more news?
No, that was it for me. What have you got?
I have one more, although I'm sure I'll be able to find some more after this. Jamie Kloss, 13, to receive $25,000 in reward money for rescuing herself.
For rescuing herself.
Yes, sir.
All right.
A Minnesota-based company will donate $25,000 in reward money to Jamie Kloss, the Wisconsin 13-year-old who escaped from her abductor's home earlier this month. Turkey processor Jenna O, a can you say it, please? Subsidiary. There we go.
Subsidiary.
There we go. Yeah, I got there in the end. Of Austin, Minnesota, based home. Hormel Foods had initially offered the reward money in exchange for information leading to the teenager's return, but now it plans to give the money directly to Jamie, according to a statement released Wednesday. Jamie escaped and was discovered on January 10th after spending nearly 3 months in captivity with a man who allegedly kidnapped her from her home in October and killed her parents. Oh, wow. Denise and James Kloss, authorities said. this story went a completely different way that I thought it was going to. She was found in Gordon, Wisconsin, about 70 miles north of her home of Barron. Jenny O. Turkey Store President Steve, what is it with these stupid names? Lycan said the young girl's parents were longtime employees of the Jenny O location in her hometown. Jenny O and the FBI had contributed a total of $50,000 for information about the teen's location. So she escaped.
Yep.
And they're going to reward her with $25,000.
Well, you know what? Good for her. I remember this case. I know a little about this case.
I thought the story was like that she put the word. I was confused about this whole story. Like Barry said, I was like wondering how could you reward yourself for leaving. Then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it took a turn that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, once you read the title, I thought, what? But then when I realized who it was, good for her. You know, her parents were murdered. She was kidnapped. Good for her.
And she's now on the long road to recovery now.
Yeah.
And $25,000 will help.
Which could take a lifetime. I just recently watched a documentary on some famous kidnapping cases. You know, the type of kidnap where usually little girls are kidnapped when they're little and stay in captivity for 10, 15, 18 years.
Yeah.
And it's a long road back.
What was that story? It wasn't even that long ago where this guy had been keeping a couple of women in the basement.
You talking about Ariel Castro? It happened in my city. Had statues in my city, Cleveland. You know, I'm talking Ariel Castro. You talking about that case?
They were rescued by a black guy.
Yeah.
And they interviewed the black guy, and he was really surprised. He's like, "Why is this little white guy run up to a big black man?"
Yeah. In fact, that was one of the stories in the documentary that I that was covered was Castro, who of course was a coward and killed himself before he started serving very much time at all. But yeah, it even played the 911 call of the neighborhood, the black guy who lived next door, who called 911. And they were telling him, "Sir, you have to calm down." So don't tell me to calm down. This lady's trying to escape. Get over here.
Yeah,
that was covered quite extensively over here. And a lot of comedians did pieces on it as well because they wanted to show how funny the guy was that saved them.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite the character. But yeah, thank you, Toasted, for reminding me of the story.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that the black guy exaggerated the story. They wasn't the only one that actually helped them. They exaggerated a little bit of the story.
Yeah, didn't they like get out themselves? They ran out into the street or something, and they ran straight to him.
No English. They didn't know English.
Well, you're cutting out a bit there, Toasted.
Yeah, you're cutting out pretty bad there, Toasted.
Toasted, can you hear us?
Sorry, my hear me now?
Yeah,
you're a bit better now. Yeah. It's cut out again. Press F5 if you need to just reset Hangouts, mate.
Yeah. The documentary I watched went through the Castro case, went through J.C. Duggard. What is that fellow that was over in Austria that kept his daughter in captivity?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, quite a few of them. Some pretty sick individuals.
Yeah, he used to be a dark British joke that we'd make all the damn time. I forget what was his name now.
But Prospero, you're right. The one girl got out of the screen door. Castro had left the door unbarred.
That's it, Fritz.
Yeah, Fritz.
Joseph Fritzl, that's it.
He had left one of the inside doors unbarred, which he always kept, and they were able to force the screen door open just enough to get her arm out, and she was waving and hollering at people. And the neighbor ran over and kicked the bottom of the screen door out, and that's how they got her out. And then when the police arrived, they got the rest of them out. There were 3 girls in total in captivity, as I recall.
Because as far as I know, didn't the girls get out and they ran straight to the black guy? and the black guy was like really confused, and like he basically helped them and calmed them down. And
they might have. I don't remember that part, but it's possible.
Yeah, Joseph Ritzer was a very, very sick puppy.
Oh yeah,
very, very sick puppy. I remember reading about him years ago now, though.
Yeah,
years ago.
That was his own daughter he did that to.
Yeah. Messed up individual. Very, very messed up individual. The Game Theorists have uploaded another one of their emotional videos. Matt Pat. I'm not going to give him shit because the last one that he did was about a member of his team who unfortunately committed suicide.
Yeah.
And Matt Pat has done a video about Defy Media. I don't know the full details, but I believe they were at MCN, multi-channel network. For those who don't know what those are basically companies that will take YouTubers and Twitch streamers and social influencers. And if their channel's big enough, they'll get them like brand deals, and they'll give them access to like lots of royalty-free music. And there's a wild ranting monkey.
Yeah, there's Monkey.
Like if you're a big channel, it's good to be in the MCN. But if you're small, so like under 100,000 subscribers, it's bad because they take a cut for almost like nothing.
There's a half hour left to the stream, Monkey. You're more than welcome to catch us for the last part. But if not, I understand. He says he just woke up. I get that.
Now, Defy Media, I've heard snippets about them in the last couple of months. As soon as Shane Dawson had finished his sort of YouTube documentary on Jake Paul, he decided to kind of expose them a little bit. And a couple of other massive YouTubers came forward as well. And Defy Media appears to have stolen $1.7 million combined from about 50 YouTubers.
Wow.
And I think the Game Theorists are finally speaking up about it. So,
wow, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. Yeah. And there has been a bit of drama with the Game Theorists recently. Lots of critique videos popping up. There's a YouTuber who I'm subscribed to called Optimus, who's like a gaming commentary channel. He just has like Black Ops in the background while he talks about whatever he wants to. And one of his older videos, which criticizes the Game Theorists, has been blowing up again recently. And there was some drama about like they used like misleading tags and stuff to promote this game, even though it wasn't really that much of an issue in my mind. But they've been getting hammered for like basically making content for children and just smashing the FNAF series over and over and over and over again and stuff like that, basically.
Yeah, Monkey says he's going to sit this one out and just listen to us beautiful people. I mean,
it's a bit more than that,
but I get it.
Yeah.
And Gunny's brother, if you got to go, dude, again, thanks for popping in and letting us know. And I'm so sorry to hear that. I wished I'd have been aware of that at the time.
Our condolences to you, mate. Gunny was somebody who was used to frequent my chats as well. So
he was a character, no doubt about it. But I always liked him.
Yeah. He was always there on those first streams that like people like Bloodwing and I sort of went on, Base Mama streams.
Yeah.
You know, there were a whole bunch of characters in the chat back in those days.
Yep.
Oh dear. We should try and find something else, I suppose.
And just for whatever's, I just lit my cigarette with the other lighter, which says "Get lit." So hey, I'm lit, dude.
Hello, fellow kids.
I'm woke.
The wokest of the woke. You should change your Twitter handle to woke boomer.
You know, I've never been into that. A lot of you guys, well, you're not so much, but a lot of them are all constantly changing. Weebo Jones is one that comes to mind, changing her Twitter handle, like, you know, every week or every other week or something. I'm just like, hey, I'm me. I have no desire to. But if that's what you want to do, hey, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I just couldn't be bothered.
No.
I just have Alex in there, and that's it. What else do we have?
Prospero says you better not be woke, or I'll disavow.
Bless her. Of course, the emotional support alligator keeps popping up. Emotional support alligator.
I still like, oh my gosh.
How many times are they going to put the same thing in the subreddit? Why is no one policing this? For God's sake. Oh, yeah, we did cover this on Ghost Poo, but I'll may as well have it again.
Well, this ain't Ghost Poo, so you go ahead.
That's right. And this guy looks like a redneck as well, to be fair. Overweight passenger forces EVA air flight attendants to wipe his backside. Now, I've got to share screen with you.
Okay.
Because I need you to see the guy to understand the severity of the situation.
All right. Goodness gracious.
He's not a small man.
No. Kind of reminds me of Boogie before he started losing all the weight.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a chunk.
Okay.
You might heave a bit of this story though, Bloodwing. I don't know.
I've got a pretty strong stomach, but
several female flight attendants were allegedly coerced by a male passenger to, quote unquote, help him remove his underwear and wipe his backside after he took a dump. You know, I bet some air stewardesses and stewards have some good stories.
Oh, you bet.
The incident occurred on a long-haul flight from LA to Taiwan on Taiwanese airline EVA Air last Saturday, January 19th, so a few days ago, and made headlines after a man named Jeff Lin posted about the incident on Facebook. One of the flight attendants, known only by her last name, which is Kuo, held a press conference on Monday. You ever had such a traumatic experience that you had to hold a press conference about it? According to Miss Kuo's account of the incident, the passenger, who was obese and wheelchair bound, informed the crew that he required assistance going to the toilet as he had injured his right arm. Not long after they helped him into the toilet, the man demanded that they help him remove his underwear, which was already pulled down halfway. Despite their attempts to turn down his excessive request, he refused to take no for an answer. The crew could only give in to his request. They should have just left him on that toilet until they landed. This, however, was not the end of their ordeal. Bless them. The passenger called them in again after he had finished relieving himself. This time around, the man made another overboard request for them to wipe his backside for him. As if he couldn't have used his left hand to do it, but no. As the flight had an all-female crew, there were no male crew for them to turn to help. They could not leave the passenger alone in the toilet as well, with no other alternative. They could only accede to his request. Miss Kuo's chief attendant took on the burden of backside. However, they were left traumatized when the man started letting out moans, saying, "Deeper, deeper, deeper."
Gives a new meaning for digging for gold.
Digging from them nuggets, eh? The incident finally ended after they helped him put on his underwear and helped him back to his seat. Apparently, this was not the first time the male passenger has caused trouble when flying with the airline. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. Oh,
absolutely. He knew what he was doing.
Disgusting creature.
I'm just glad I wasn't the ramp agent on that flight, because for those of you that don't know, I spent 8 years at Federal Express as a ramp agent. And one of the duties of a ramp agent is to do the weight and balance on the aircraft. It has to, the weight has to be dispersed in an even enough manner that the airplane can take off. Good Lord, he weighs a ton. I would not have wanted to do the weight and balance on that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you know, I've worked in care, as you know, and I've had the unfortunate experience of doing this kind of thing. You know, and some of them have been pretty overweight, and it's not pleasant, especially when they are like, you know, naked, and you know, you have to shower them and you have to dry them and all that kind of stuff, and you have to get between the cracks. It's not nice. It's never nice. But yeah, and there's always the one fucking person, the old bastard who's a pervert who wants you to bloody get deeper.
Well, most everybody, I think, is aware that my father is quite elderly, and he's going through dementia at the moment. He's currently in a not a home, but it's the place where he's supposed to go through physical therapy, but he's refusing. He's being a horse's hind end. But yeah, he needs a lot of help. He needs help often on the toilet and this, that, and the other. Anyway, my brother-in-law have been talking, and we're looking into, because he's causing a big fuss about wanting to go home, into a nurse that would be there through the day, and that way he would only have to be watched at night, so that he can go home. And some of the boys at Dad's church and so forth have volunteered, but with one caveat: if he poops himself, we ain't helping you. So I get it. I don't want to wipe his butt either. But,
Toasted has returned.
Sorry, my internet somehow got cut off by mistake. By mistake, you know what I'm saying? By mistake, got turned off.
That's all right, mate. Hangouts is quite bandwidth heavy.
Yeah.
And it has also been messing up a lot in the last couple of weeks. So don't worry about it, dude.
So while we have a guest, tell us about yourself, Toasted.
Nothing much. I'm going to college. There's not really that much to say about myself. You know what I'm saying? Pretty young. You know what I'm saying? Only 20.
Well, that's young, but everybody has a story.
Is there any story I have? I don't really know if there's any story. I started to hear on Ranting Monkeys podcast, started to like it, and then I guess you could, the people in the chat sort of hate me, I guess that's my story, sort of. I don't really know if there's that much story to it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're probably more interesting than you give yourself credit for, but okay.
Yeah.
What did you say you were studying at college?
English and math, and I'm currently trying to see what I want to major in, because you have to do a couple courses before you decide what you want to major in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you have an idea of what you want to do yet, or are you just still on the fence?
Still on the fence.
Okay.
Well, kudos, dude. If you're studying math, you're already way ahead of me, because I can't add 2 + 2 without a calculator.
Do you have any idea of what you'd like to do for a career, or?
In high school, I wasted my time thinking about stuff that I wanted to do that was completely impossible. I don't know, maybe become a lawyer. I don't really know right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I was very undecided. When I was your age, well, actually, I was a bit younger. I just wanted to wear a uniform, which is why I joined the Navy in the first place. There was no other specific reason. I just wanted to serve and wanted to be in uniform, I guess, for me. Didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I suppose you still have time, I guess.
True Master Cole, thanks for coming, buddy. Have a good one. And I'm being told by Prospero to check my Streamlabs.
Prospero.
And oh goodness. Thank you, Prospero. After the giant crap stained passenger, I withdraw my titty complaints. There you go.
Indeed. What else do we have in the news? I mean, a lot of it is a bit at the moment. You know what I mean?
You heard the news about Kate Hudson wanting to raise her baby genderless. Did you talk about that yet?
I saw that earlier, but no, we haven't spoken about that.
Yeah.
What's going on? Tell us about it.
You know who Goldie Hawn is?
Goldie Hawn?
Yeah, whatever her name is.
Uh-huh.
Her daughter had a baby, and she's planning to raise it genderless.
It's funny because she said, "I'm going to raise my daughter genderless." Choose one.
Of course they are.
Oh, there's a bit of news. I like that. Sorry, continue.
Me?
I'm a little bit amazed because I don't know if they're still married, but Goldie Hawn used to be married to his name just went straight out my head. Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China. Help me out, chat. What's the actor's name? Also played in that movie I just watched. Kurt Russell. Thank you, Kurt Russell. Yeah. We all heard that.
You heard that? I was so loud you heard it in America.
You want to know what's a funny thing? I farted at exactly the same time, so you covered up the sound of mine. Listen.
Bit of news.
Didn't know what you were getting into, did you, Toasted?
No, nothing. Just that's what the big news was. I saw in the Daily Wire, and they're talking about on my local radio station. So yeah, that was the big news I heard.
Yeah, raising RJ Banzma raising a baby genderless is dumb. Yeah, and I mean, even all the medical things aside, there are medical issues that are gender based. That. Yeah.
The thing is, though, Bloodwing, I guarantee this fucker's being a pedantic twat about it.
Mm-hmm.
They're using the other sections to the definition of gender itself, because although gender does pertain to sex, gender is like an expanded definition. It includes roles and all that kind of shit added on top of it. So they could mean gender roles and the typical things that girls and boys do. So basically what she's saying is when her daughter decides that she wants to play with baby dolls and push prams around and have a Barbie dream house, she's going to say no and get her an Action Man instead.
You can do that without all this genderless crap. My kids, I allowed them, and my grandkids. The boys played with dolls, and the girls played with trucks and guns, and there's crossover.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No.
I really don't. When I was a kid, I played with micro machines. They were little toy cars.
Yeah. Well, in my day, they were Matchbox.
Well, in my days, I'm saying, like, the funny thing is, if a boy plays with a baby doll, they're going to assume that he's transgender. If you go to these crazy liberal parents, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, lately it's becoming a big trend. Do you ever watch Dr. Phil?
I've seen Dr. Phil. I'm not an avid watcher.
No. Lately they had one episode where there was this child, like 5-6 years old, that is identifying as a as a girl. He's a boy, but identifies as a girl, and it's pretty obvious the parents are steering that child in that direction. Yeah, and I know I'm getting radical on this, but I believe that they should not be allowed to raise their children. If you're going to do that, I believe that's completely child abuse to raise your children transgender. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's tough on the kid, and it's confusing. It's confusing enough to figure out who you are when you're a kid. Anyway. But,
yeah, it took me a long time to sort of get past the whole identity stuff.
I'm 59 years old, and I'm still trying to figure out who the heck I am. What do you mean?
Well, I kind of felt like I was having an identity crisis last year. I guess, or maybe it was just a very, very early midlife crisis. I don't know.
The thing is, I don't guess this is why instead of transitioning, why don't you just become a tomboy or a tomboy or a metrosexual? Why do they have to go all the way? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. It's possible to be a tomboy, as you say, or a masculine female.
Yeah. Why do you even have to be a transgender? Just go to those directions. That's why I never got myself. Like, what do they consider somebody like as a tomboy or a metrosexual? What do they consider those now these days?
It's trendy, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's a trend to be adding yourself to a minority and getting those oppression points. You know, so if these parents say, "Oh, my son is trans."
Bandsman, not quite. I won't be 59 until March. I was padding it just by a month and a half.
James, me switching content isn't me having an identity crisis as such. That's just the ADHD.
So, Bear, do you got anything else short before story time, or?
Yeah. You're gonna love this.
Okay.
This is basically Lord Bear, but in real life. British Lord suggests recolonizing Zimbabwe to end crisis.
All right. Let's bring back the colonies.
It's time to rebuild the freaking empire. In the UK House of Lords, the crisis in Zimbabwe came up, and Lord Adrian Palmer suggested recolonizing Zimbabwe as the solution to the crisis. You know, it probably would work as well, but the insensitive statement, "Stop being pussies," was seemingly made in jest, but it has incensed many Africans, with some calling the remark unacceptable. Shut up. I think it was a joke.
Yeah. Aren't the Chinese trying to do that right now with Chinese trying to like take over some parts of Africa?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
But it wouldn't be a bad idea. Doesn't colonizing makes people more advanced? If there was no colonizing in America, it would not be that advanced. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wouldn't be mad at this idea, to be honest with you. We have more resources to exploit yet. We got a job to do. Just this week, Italy's Deputy Prime Minister Luigi Di Maio condemned France for its continuous colonization of Africa. In the British House of Lords, the crisis in Zimbabwe came up, and the suggested solution was shocking. Lord Adrian Palmer asked the Minister of State for the Commonwealth and United Nations, Tariq Mahmoud Ahmad, if he had considered the idea of recolonizing Zimbabwe. I just love this idea of a bunch of posh, stuffy, suits in a chamber trying to discuss how they can resolve an issue, and then some guy going, "Well, we could restart the empire. Let's invade."
And I hear it, even if it's not, I hear it in that voice. I'll be right back, guys. I got to mute myself for just a second.
He's going for another tinkle. That's two in the same stream, Dad.
So sue me.
I don't know how. I'm too poor to sue anybody.
Just wondering, not to sound ignorant or anything, because I hear a lot of like these black supremacists like Gazi Kodzo and stuff like that. Have blacks colonized anywhere? Not trying to be whatever, but did they colonize anywhere in Africa? Did they colonize anything, or is all by white people colonization and Chinese people? And have blacks colonized any parts of the world?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Blacks colonized each other. In Africa. I'm not some of them had their own empires. I'm not au fait on the various African empires that were around, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, but I know that they did once exist.
Like present day right now, have any of them been colonized by blacks? Like the beginning of them being colonized? I don't know how to explain colonized by blacks, or the white people came and colonized and the blacks took back it over like they did with South Africa.
Well, they did do that with Zimbabwe, but then they begged white people to come back because they didn't know how to farm. And the same thing will happen to them to South Africa.
Yeah, aren't they killing the white farmers right now? Aren't they killing them right now, the white farmers? Like, what's that all about?
Yeah, there's pretty much government-approved stealthy ops on killing white farmers and stuff. over there, and they tried to put it into their constitution that it was perfectly okay for them to seize their lands without reparations. And the government also threatened the white people that basically if they were to protest, they would be gunned down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's the whole point of taking over farmland? Because I don't know so much about this. I don't get why are they doing this? Do they want to ruin their whole economy? Like, why are they trying to do by this?
It's really more about the money, because given the choice, some of them will take monetary reparations.
Oh, they're giving reparations to black people now?
Yeah, that's...
we were talking about South Africa, mate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In South Africa, but Jesus, Bear, what did you eat?
That's what is so sad.
But yeah, and most of these farms that are turned over from the white farmer immediately fail and go to seed. It's just, yeah, it's a mess.
You just don't want white people to own farms. I'm confused about this. They believe that blacks are being oppressed, and therefore they should own some of the farms that's right to them. I'm confused about this whole story.
It's just shout back to apartheid. They still haven't forgotten apartheid. Is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks, guys, for keeping the stream going. I often think I would be in serious trouble if I didn't have anybody else in the stream. What would I do if I had to go, if I didn't have anybody in the stream with me? Just put up hold music with the title, your call is very important to us. Please hang on to the next operator.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know how to do that. I try to do my own streams, and they're impossible to do. I know Monkeys, for some reason, is able to do that. I guess it's because he has a public personality. Yeah, but I don't get how some people are able to do that. It's because once you know what I'm saying, when you have to get into a topic, it feels awkward speaking to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
It does. I can talk by myself, but it would be awkward if I had to run to the bathroom.
Yeah, no, but you lose topics to speak about. Once you speak about the topics, once it goes dry, you have nothing else to speak about if there's nobody else there.
And speaking of topics, it's now story time.
Yeah.
So let me get leaned back again. All right. Well, the story that I've chose to tell today is another one of my drug day stories. And again, I'm not promoting drugs. It's just there are stupid things you do while you're on drugs.
He's not promoting drugs, but he's saying that if you did do drugs, you'd have a great time.
I'm just saying I don't remember the latter part of the 70s very well. No, way back. See, this would have been the very late 70s. One of the drugs that we used to take all the time was called Placidil, which is this really big, it's like a gel cap, but a really big size. It was a sleeping pill, but it was really popular because it gave a really mellow high at the time. And one of my buddies, Vince, was an avid thief. Cars, breaking into play, whatever he could do. But he had broke into a drugstore and had a bunch of what he said were Placidils. Now, normally a Placidil was purple. These were green, but we thought, oh, well, maybe they're just another brand. And we didn't think much about it. And we all piled in the car and we drove about an hour west out in the middle of the boonies. And one of my buddies had his family had a farm out there, and we were hanging out. And we decided to take these Placidils and drink some moonshine. So here we were taking moonshine, which
I have a question.
Sure.
What does moonshine taste like?
It really doesn't have a lot of taste per se. It's kind of like a really, really hot pepper, when it hits your mouth and the heat starts, you really don't taste it. It's all you got's heat. You know what I mean?
Okay.
When the moonshine hits, it hits so hard that you really don't notice the taste.
Okay, roger that. Okay.
But anyway, we had a mason jar full of moonshine. Yes, the real stuff, people. And we took these Placidils, and we waited and about the time we should have been feeling the effects of the Plastidils, we weren't feeling anything. If we felt anything, we were feeling nauseous. We were getting kind of sick to our stomach and couldn't understand it. And we thought, well, maybe it's because we're mixing pills with alcohol, but we'd done that before. And like, no. And then we started getting violently ill and throwing up all over the place.
That's not good. That's
And
not good.
so one of my buddies said, Vince, man, if you got any more of those pills left? He goes, yeah, let me see them. So we grabbed the pills. We took a better look at it. And would you like to make a guess of what we really took?
In pill wise?
Yeah.
Was it like a prescription drug instead?
Oh, it could be prescribed, yes.
Mr. Taxis estrogen.
Estrogen.
Faithless. Was it
Faithless? You are really close. Really close.
Oh,
it was
similar.
A suppository.
What does a suppository do?
You're supposed to stick it up your butt.
Oh, you donut.
Yeah.
Well, I was about to say, hold on. A suppository is something you stick up your ass. It's not a tablet.
Yeah, it's a pill that you stick up your butt to help with constipation or whatever.
Don't they do that to dogs?
Yeah. But this was for humans. At least that part was right.
Well, I've never heard of a prescribed tablet that you stick up your bum to help you, get, movement going. I thought you just took a normal laxative for that kind of thing.
Yeah, oftentimes a suppository will be prescribed if you're going to have surgery, and you're supposed to put it up there before.
Just go get a colonic.
And it cleans you out. But yeah, we had taken a suppository.
You're able to swallow it?
Yeah, we didn't think anything about it because it looked like a gel cap.
Well, you learn something every day. Yeah.
So there you go, folks. Don't take suppositories.
When you say suppository, I think of like a tampon. That's what comes. That's the first thing that comes into my head. I didn't know that there were like tablets or.
Yeah, it may be that they call them something different there in the UK, but here we call them suppositories.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would have thought a spoon would have done, but. So you ate a suppository and then it made you violently sick.
Yeah.
Did you poo?
How long were you?
I would have been about 18.
How long were you sick for?
Oh, just for a couple hours, probably.
Did you poo though?
No. We mostly threw up. We were sick enough that we decided we were never doing that again. We decided that no matter what Vince comes up with, we're double checking to make sure that it is what he said it is.
That is funny.
Dr. House, my Italian uncle thinks innuendo is a suppository. It goes innuendo. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're just about at the end of it, folks.
Yeah. We could always take questions for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
If you wanted to round off the hour.
So, you got anything you want to ask us, chat, before we go?
I'd like to shill.
Okay. Yeah.
Guys, I know that many of you are a fan of Lord Bear. I uploaded a Lord Bear video yesterday to Irate Alex. I did a response video to a mukbanger who annoyed me so much that I broke character halfway through the video. He really annoyed me. I just don't like the guy because he's one of those people. And Bloodwing laughed. I said before I made the video, I said to Bloodwing, I said, "This is the type of guy that you would call a faggot, Bloodwing."
Yeah, I remember that conversation.
This is one of those people that thinks being flamboyant is a replacement for a personality, and just mainly produces videos eating or crying. A very strange individual, but he decided to have a dig at PewDiePie because PewDiePie did like a commentary on him, and he tried to not act butthurt, but he was butthurt about it, right? So I had Lord Bear go and give him a quick spanking. Hiccup.
Well, you got it coming out of every. You farting, you hiccuping.
I need a suppository.
Just don't swallow it. And with that, people, we have come to the end of the stream.
But there's a question.
Oh, is there? Where did I miss it?
Zero the Hero, who's been a massive pervert this live stream, I want to point out. What's a good way to get into streaming?
Just do it. No, seriously, just do it. Bear and I had similar starts in that, we just started. One thing I did is I used to show up at what were big streams at the time when I come out and ask. I didn't do it often, but just show up. And before long, they'll say, well, you want to come on? That's a good way to get your name out there. But if you're talking about streaming yourself, streaming on just straight out streaming on YouTube is really simple. It's just a matter of clicking a couple of buttons.
Yeah, but the thing about it is when you get no views, which usually happens with me, it kind of gets like awkward because there's nobody to speak to and there's nobody in the chat and there's like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what to do. Have you ever had that problem?
Yeah, I have. When I first started on Twitch, there was just nobody there, and you have to keep talking because you never know when someone might turn up and start watching.
Yeah, I had it just the other day when we had that YouTube issue where it wasn't sharing out my stream, and I showed up and no one else did. So for like the first 15 minutes of the stream, it was just me.
I would say that consider your options with this kind of stuff. There are lots of channels out there that are specifically built around streaming on YouTube that aren't just gaming, but also consider the fact that YouTube gaming is a growing thing now, as it pretty much acts as its own standalone website at this point.
Yeah.
Or consider Twitch, or what are the other streaming websites like Mixer or whatever else?
Can you do it on Periscope too?
I mean, you could stream on Periscope.
I think you're even able to do it on Twitter because I see a couple of people they do it on Twitter occasionally, like Mike Cernovich and.
Well, you can stream on Facebook as well. It just depends what platform you want to use.
Cynical Lindsay, I tried streaming by myself. That was a disaster. It's so much easier for me to talk to people on stream, and that is true. It is so much easier to have somebody to bounce off of. That much is very true.
Yeah, I'm not really built for game streaming on my own, or any. I mean, I can stream. I can do a talkie stream like this on my own. I can hold a stream on my own for about 2 hours. I've gotten used to it over the last 2 years or whatever. Yeah. But some people are more suited to things than others. So
I can pull off a solo stream. I've done it. I can pull it off. I prefer to have people with me. But there's this, and you heard us talk about it a couple of episodes ago, Bear and Monkey and I. There's a rule of thumb that we three use because of experience. 3 people's a good number. 4, no more than 5.
Mm-hmm.
Any more than 5 people in a stream, and it becomes a cluster.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to talk when I have something to say when there's 5 people on the stream. Yeah, there was like a debate. I want them was on people like that were like 7 people, 8 people, and I tried to say something, but it was pretty hard because there are so many people on the stream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it get pretty difficult.
I just have a question.
Sure.
How did you meet Monkey? I'm just curious. How did you meet Monkey and Irate Bear? How did it?
We started at the same time. Monkey and I actually started on YouTube a week apart.
Uh-huh.
And Bear's right in there within a few weeks.
So why did you do it recently? Why are you streaming a lot recently?
I've just decided to stream on my channel because Bear talked me into it. No, Bear didn't talk me into it. He beat me into submission.
I can be quite tenacious when I want something.
But I've streamed with Bear and Monkey for a couple of years now, off and on. I've been on Lords of the Night a few times. I was one of their first guests.
They hate me on Lords of the Night. The moderators really hate me for, yeah.
Well,
yeah, I think I'm known for that more for than anything. Is I'm pretty famous for being. They really don't like me because I could sometimes I could sometimes get a little bit. I don't know how to call it. Not trolly, but I could get annoying, I guess.
Yeah, that happens. But yeah, I've been around for a long time. It just appears to some that weren't aware of me before that I just kind of popped up on the scene. I've had this channel for almost 2.5 years now. So, okay. And we are a little bit over. That's okay. We can do that once in a while. We're a little bit over. So thank you, chat, for showing up. Thank you, all of you, for your donations. Very much appreciated. Thank you, Bear, as always.
You're most welcome.
And thank you, Toasted.
No, thank you. Thanks for letting me on the stream, even though I was a little bit annoying you, a little bit pestering to get on.
That's all right. I look at it this way. I remember what it was like to be a kid.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right, folks. We're going to get out of here. And as always, get out of my yard.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.